What's this? What's going on now? Now it's bleeping at me. It's going like, whoa, whoa. That sound was the mute cue. It activates when you speak while muted. Would you like to keep it enabled? Am I muted? Du- 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 du. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Am I back?
You're back. Hello, welcome to episode 74 of podemup. It's awards season for us once again as we crown our favourite book club game of the year in the podemup Awards 2025, but not before reviewing the final entry, which is Future Cop L.A.P.D on the PS1. We're also skirting around controversial issues in those other game awards that happened this month, plus Metroid Prime 4, Journey to the Savage Planet, and more. Hello, welcome to episode 74 of the Bottom Up podcast. My name is Ollie, and over there is a man called Tibbs. Hello, Tibbs.
All
right. Yes, I'm good. This month we are talking about Future Cop L.A.P.D on the PS1. We are also handing out awards to all the lovely games that we've played this year, which is a thing we do every December.
The highlight of the gaming year for many people.
Highlight of the gaming year.
Apparently, the Game Awards, right?
Yeah, the real ones.
The real, well, I mean,
yeah. the quote unquote real ones, yeah.
The quote unquote real ones, big air quotes around those.
Yeah.
Gets more viewers, or did last year, got more viewers than the American Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of find that a bit hard to believe, to be honest.
I find that hard to believe as well, but apparently that is 100% of your solid gold fact. So I'm expecting an equally big audience for the Game Awards that we're handing out today.
Yes,
at least.
At least.
I'm expecting to.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to beat then, isn't it? We need to beat
to
Super
double
Bowl.
that. I mean, really.
Super Bowl,
yeah.
Double Super Bowl levels.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, of course we can.
Yeah. So, have you been playing much outside of the book club pick this month?
Yes. I've been playing so many games. No, I haven't. I played Journey to the Savage Planet.
Oh yeah. Is that a first-person shooter?
Yeah, it's kind of like a first-person exploration type game.
Yeah. Oh, I think I played a demo of it.
Yeah,
it's like a space planet exploration type thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what made me play it. It's just something that's been in the on my Steam list. I've had it for ages. I got it in like one of the Humble Bundles, I think. I just had a hankering for something to play, so that looked nice and bright. So I thought, well, I'll give that a go. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I 100%ed it, which I don't often do.
You
for a game.
You must have enjoyed it then.
Yeah, usually I'll do the story, and once the story's done, it's like, well, okay, I'm not going to faff about getting all the 100% stuff, but. Yeah. I did 100% of it. So yeah, it was it's quite good. You just hop about this planet. You got to survey the little animals on there. It's meant to be the whole story is you've been shot into space to find a potential new home for humanity because we've made a sow's ear of planet Earth. So, you know, time to find somewhere else to go mess up. And they've found this planet, you've been sent to check it out, but when you get there, turns out it might not be as uninhabited as they thought. And there's a great stonking tower in the middle of the place. A huge tower going right up into the clouds. And they're like, well, now you're there and this big tower's there, you might as well, try and get inside to find out what's in there. So
Right.
that's the point of the game. You've got to sort of find a way into this tower, find out what's inside. I won't spoil it, but there is something in there, and you've got to find enough fuel to get yourself back home again.
Right.
Fuel
So
up
it's
the old spaceship.
a bit of a failed mission then, really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's a disaster from start to finish. Um, and you find as you go along little like diaries and logs from a previous explorer who also had a terrible time, awful. But yeah, it's a good game. I think it's some of these exploration type games that you get. There isn't really enough to explore. Do you know what I mean? There's not enough to
Yeah.
really keep you interested in exploring. It's like, well, okay, I'm going to find this new area, but then what do I do when I get there? Just
Yeah.
but the different biomes and the different environments in there are so varied and they're so weird and alien. It's actually fun to just explore and find out what kind of weird space you're going to find next, what kind of weird area and odd creatures and things like that. So
Yes.
it really does work as a quite compelling exploration game. But yeah, I had a good time with
Yeah.
it.
I think if you're going to do an alien planet, that's the best way of doing an exploration game because you can really just throw in things that just are weird and just not of Earth, so that they're
Yeah,
interesting to explore. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, there's another one that I played. I can't remember what it was called because I didn't play it for too long. I saw it on there's a channel on YouTube called SNES Drunk. And he
Oh yeah.
does all sorts of different reviews of things. And he changes the name of the show for what so he does SNES Drunk, Sega Drunk, and he did an episode Steam Drunk, and he recommended a little game. Let me find out what it was called. Parking Garage Rally Circuit.
Okay.
And it's a really cheap little indie game. It is about 5.99, 6.99. It's sort of classic PS1 style, Saturn style graphics, and you just race around a multi-story car park in these little cars.
Yeah, I think I've seen this. I'm sure I've
Yeah,
seen this on Twitter now that you mention it. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really good. It's really
Is it?
good. It's really good fun. There's not a terrible amount of depth to it because obviously, it's a simple idea, but just done really well.
Yeah.
Um, but it's great fun. I only played a little bit of it because my main focus was on Savage Planet, and obviously the book club pick. But I'm definitely going to go back to it. It's one of those little games that you can just pick up for 5 minutes when you've got nothing else going on. Have
Yes.
a little go on it. You don't have to, if you've left it for ages, there's nothing, no big story that what happened here? Why am I doing this? All this kind of thing. It's just a good little pick up and play thing. It completely nails the sort of artistic style of the sort of PS1 and Saturn. You could realistically imagine it being on those systems. Even
Yeah.
like the transparency effects, it's all done like dithered rather than proper
Yes.
transparency, so it really
Oh, that's
looks
cool.
the part. Yeah, a great little game. For like I say, it's like £5 or £6. I think it's worth everyone picking up and having a little game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and add that to my wish list when I get a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But
Awesome.
that is it, I think. Because as I was saying, I've had new internet put in, and that had brought a whole load of technical problems, which put me offline for a bit. So
Yeah.
it kind of got in the way of things. But we're back in business now. So what about you?
So I have I say mostly. I've only been doing it for last week, but I have been playing Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, cool.
I could be playing it on the Switch too, but I'm not. My wife and daughter are back into Animal Crossing and they've decided to start a new island on the Switch too. So they get a bit funny if I'm, in the evening if I start a new game and they're like, I was in the middle of something, can I quit out of this? Have you saved it? And the thing about Metroid is you can't. It doesn't auto. Well, I think this one does kind of auto save, but traditionally you find a save room and that's the only time you can save. So it's not always. I want to be able to just jump in and just play a little bit without having to worry about saving. So I'm playing on my Switch 1, which no one else is using. So I thought that's best for the time being. Luckily, it runs really well on the Switch 1 anyway. Like it's lovely looking, silky smooth, 60 frames per second, not a problem. So it looks brilliant. Probably one of the best Switch 1 games out there, I should think, by now. But yeah, it's really good. I like it. Not got too far into it, about maybe 3 or 4 hours. But it's ticking all the right boxes for me so far. Metroid people will be screaming at me for probably saying this, but personally I think 3D Metroid is better than 2D from what I've played of 2D. I just think it works better for the sort of the level design aspect, like how all these separate rooms integrate together. I think with a third dimension you can just make things a bit more interesting in that way, and that this one certainly does that so far. I know that some Metroid diehards have been complaining about some of the new stuff that doesn't quite fit the Metroid formula, like the open world bike bit, which I haven't got to yet, so I can't comment on that just yet. But there's also NPCs with actual voice acting in this one.
I was just wondering if you're going to bring that up.
Yeah, I've only encountered one. I can kind of. He does have some fairly annoying lines, but it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. It's fine.
Apparently, he's not really in it for that long anyway. He's more like from what I understand, he's like a tutorial character who sort of early in the game, but then he sort of disappears and.
Yeah, he is, but I think there's others later on as well, like for each sort of biome,
Okay.
possibly. But I just think it's weird how Samus still doesn't talk. So these people are talking to her, and she's just standing there, sort of mute and not really responding to them. And it's this thing with classic characters, and it's the same sort of with Link, and even classic Sonic and Sonic Generations, where they don't allow them to speak, even though all the other characters around them are speaking, because there's some sort of legacy thing where they feel like that character can't speak. He shouldn't speak because he didn't. He comes from a the original games where the technology wasn't there to make him speak, even if they wanted to. So they feel like they have to never let them have full conversational abilities. Same with sort of Mario to some extent. Like he only ever speaks in like sound bites, doesn't he? He never has full dialogue. I just find that a bit weird. Do you, or do you think they should stay mute?
I don't think there's any reason for them to stay mute. I think it's probably a case of like developers knowing that there's no way they're going to please everyone. It's gonna, whatever voice they choose, it's going to annoy someone, so it's easier to just not.
I suppose so. I suppose you annoy fewer people by keeping them silent, even though it just feels really. It comes to a point where it just feels a bit weird.
It comes across, I mean, there's some games, like Half-Life, where it's obviously an artistic choice to put you in the shoes of the character. Gordon Freeman never says anything, because you're supposed to be inhabiting him and controlling him and seeing the whole game through his point of view.
Yeah, that's one argument for it, isn't it?
Yeah,
in general?
But I mean, for something like you say with classic Sonic, that's obviously not the case there. For Samus, that's not really the case there. It's. I think stick the voice on.
I reckon. I think they should have given Samus a voice finally. I haven't played them all. I think in the other games there's hardly any dialogue, so it fits then. But in this case, if people are talking to her, she should really be talking. It's just rude otherwise, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Just plain rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I like it. It's going to be my sort of Christmas game that I'm going to be playing over the festive season, working my way through slowly. So, played a little bit more Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I finally finished that pyramid level that I've been stuck on for months. obviously I haven't been playing it all the time, just a little chipping away a little bits. But every time I come to it, I always forget there's sort of particular grind rails you have to go to get to the top of the pyramid. I don't know if you remember that. It's just a pain.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like that level. I don't think it's particularly well designed. I think it's a bit awkward and frustrating. But I'm done with it now. So I've parked that for the moment while I play Metroid. And I've literally just right at the start of the bit that comes after that level, so that's fine. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I'm on the fastest setting for the Grand Prix now, like the equivalent of 200cc on Mario Kart. So I'm working my way through those, but they are pretty brutal. They're very very fast and very unforgiving. So we've done a couple of them doing those. That's all I've got written down really. Not quite as busy as last month, but yeah, not too bad I suppose.
That's not a bad, not a bad selection.
Not a bad selection, no. Cool. News. Right, bit of news. Any news? I mean, there was a Game Awards. I have almost nothing to say about it, though. I thought there was just hardly anything there, really.
There was a shepherding game, apparently.
Okay, I didn't see that.
There was a game where I don't know much about it. I just looked up. There's like a group chat in work, and they were talking about like what's the Game Awards. So I just did. I think it was from a PC Gamer rundown of what was announced. They said there was a shepherding game. There was a steampunk badger game.
Oh yeah, that yeah, I did see the trailer for that. Yeah, it's like a 3D. It's like a classic video game character, 3D platformer, but he's been thrown into worlds that are like based on cyberpunk, like a cyberpunk game, and other games that I'm not. Last of Us, I think, was one of them. But I'm not really interested in any of those games, so it didn't grab me. If it was games that I had played and I was more familiar with, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, but an interesting concept anyway, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, it's a badger, so
Yeah, nice badger character.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of another game where you play as a badger.
No.
Or even as a badger.
Was there a Bodger and Badger game?
No, see, we discussed this before.
We have discussed this before.
And I looked, and there wasn't.
No.
There wasn't.
Okay. Right, in that case, there's no Badger games. Someone must have done a Badger game at some point.
Can't find one.
Probably some indie game.
Oh, hang on, was there one? Or did I imagine it? Did I imagine a Badger game? What was it? Oh, was it? Hang on, let me. I'm sure I played a Badger game. Shelter.
What's that?
It's like a survival game where you play as a badger and you've got to look after your little cubs.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I played that. I turned it off because I assumed at some point the badgers were going to die, and
well, not necessarily. Not if you're playing well, I suppose.
Well, I know, but it's a survival game. They're gonna. Not only is it a survival game, it's an indie survival game. So they're bound to kill off a couple of the badgers just to pull on your heartstrings a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah. It'd be like what was that kids BBC show in the 90s? Animals of Farthing Wood. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was brutal. That was, wasn't it? Yeah. That was horrible.
That was horrible, I know.
Little animals going on a little quest, and then one by one they just die. They
die.
Remember just like seeing a mouse just like impaled on a big spiky thing and with blood coming out. This was a kids' afternoon TV show in the 90s.
Yeah. And I think it was the kestrel, wasn't it? It ate one of the mice. And the kestrel was eating it, and the little mouse looked up and goes, "Oh, you've eaten my wife."
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah.
Good times.
It's gripping TV, a gripping drama, though.
It was. I actually really liked it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah, but it was, wasn't for the faint of heart, definitely.
There's a whole genre of animated films designed to traumatize kids. Obviously, the obvious one is Watership Down. Yeah. So what a strange genre. And Babe, the sheep pig. The first one, not really. It was all right. Talking pig. fine if you like that sort of thing. They did a sequel, Babe Pig in the City. That film is
Yeah.
horrifying.
I've never seen that one. I think I've seen the first one. I can't remember if I saw the second one.
It's horrifying. It's got like
Is
a
it?
a dog with wheels because his legs have fallen off or something, and
Mm.
he falls over a bridge and hangs himself from his lead. And
Blimey.
yeah, it's
So the
horrid.
Babe took a dark turn, didn't it? And
Really dark
sequel,
turn.
a dark sequel.
It's just a horrible. It's just an I haven't seen it for years, so maybe this it could always be that thing where you watch something as a kid and you build it up in your mind as something
Mm.
so much worse than it is.
Yes.
But I just
Yes.
remember it being a really uncomfortable watch, just atmospherically, the feel of the film. It's just oppressively horrible, horrid film.
Mm.
Um, but two new Tomb Raider games announced at the Game Awards.
So we're right back to the game.
So
Very nice. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. I
two.
saw. So okay. So as a Tomb Raider fan, what's your
Mm,
thoughts on those then?
I think they're great. I think they look really good.
Hmm.
I find it interesting that people are criticizing Lara Croft for being unrealistically beautiful again. These are arguments that people made in 1997 when Tomb Raider came out. And
Yes.
here we are in the year 2025, and people who presumably weren't even born when the first Tomb Raider came out are having the same arguments again. Everything is cyclical. Just goes round and round and round.
Yeah. It does.
It's amazing. I think there's people who say the big debate going on at the moment is Lara Croft looks too ugly, and the other ones are saying Lara Croft looks too beautiful.
Right. Well, that's just
Um,
ridiculous. I mean, it's got to be
I,
one or the other, right?
I think she just looks like Lara Croft. I think they've gone back
Yeah.
to the original design. I think it looks good. Um, I'm not sold because one of the games is basically a reimagining of the first game. I
Yes.
think
I think
maybe
that's
they've
the one I had a look at. I'm not sure if I had a look at the other one.
I
What's the other
think
one?
maybe they've gone back to that well a bit too often now, to be honest.
Yeah.
This will
Yeah.
be the third or fourth remake or remaster or whatever. They've gone back to that a lot. Leave it
Mm.
be. Do something new.
Yes.
If they want to do a reimagining of like a classic Tomb Raider, do one of the others, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, do something like that. But
Yep.
I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. The odd thing is they got these two games which are presumably in development at the same time, but they're being developed by two different studios. The second game that's due out in 2027 is Tomb Raider Catalyst, I think it was called. They got a completely different model, like a in-game model for Lara.
Oh, right.
Which seems strange. If you're developing two games at the same
Yeah.
time, why wouldn't you just have the same character in both games? But
I
I don't
suppose
know.
different studios and they just got different models, I suppose. But
Yeah, but you just
does
need their
seem,
little props.
yeah, if whoever's overseeing it, it seems like an odd choice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's an odd
Not
choice.
much brand synergy
No,
to use
but
a
I
technical
like it.
term.
I think she looks like classic Lara Croft.
Yeah.
The voice actor, I think, nails it perfectly. She's got the perfect sort of
Mm.
the attitude of the Lara in the original games, a little bit snippy, a little bit sarcastic, but still a bit posh. And
Yes.
I was really pessimistic when I saw it was Amazon Studios that had bought Lara Croft because I don't think
Mm.
I don't have much faith in them doing anything. I'm being
No.
joined by a cat. Hang on, hello cat.
Oh.
Hello, this is Sparrow. We're looking after a cat called Sparrow. Hello,
Oh,
Sparrow.
nice. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
nice.
obviously heard me talk about Lara Croft, and she's saying yeah, she agrees with the character design issue.
Uh-huh.
She's jumped down in disgust. There we go.
Okay.
Um,
All right. See you later then.
Off she goes. She's on a beanbag now.
Nice.
So yeah, I think it's great. As a Tomb Raider fan, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's really, really good. I don't know why people moan.
I think
Coming
people
from
just
me,
coming from you. I think people just love a moan, don't they? At the end of the
they
day,
do. I mean,
they would just,
I love a moon as much as the next man, but
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
You got to have
So
you
there's
got to
got,
have a valid complaint.
A valid moan, yeah.
Exactly.
Not a valid moan.
Not a valid moan.
No. I think we're nowadays things are so split. If you put a female protagonist out there, especially one with so much history, you are going to get arguments on both sides, aren't you? You're going to have the people who want her to be, hourglass figure, massive boobs, and all the rest of it, and you want the other half to. They will want, a realistic woman, with a realistic figure. So you can't please anyone, really, can you? Whichever way you go.
No. I can't say. I'm sure we've had this discussion before, but I can't say it's ever bothered me. In any game I've played, it's never bothered me whether it's a male protagonist or a female protagonist, or whether they look realistic or whether they don't look realistic. I don't care. I just want to play the game.
It's just you can just kind of go with whatever decisions they've decided to make.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the world that they've presented, and you're like, okay, maybe you like bits of it, maybe you don't like bits of it, but at the end of the day, that's just that's their decisions, and that's that.
Yeah.
Really, it's just
it's like, oh well, how are people gonna see themselves represented in the game? I played Dead or Alive. It doesn't represent me. I guarantee you. I know it's difficult to tell from my voice, but I'm not a buxom lady.
No, exactly. You don't have to. Yeah, this is going to get a whole other thing, but you don't have to be represented somewhere in everything that you see on the TV or a game.
No. I think just play a good game. Should we cut this bit out? I think we're touching the third rail a bit.
I think we're about to go into awkward territory. So let's just bring it back to Street Fighter movie trailer. Did you see that?
No, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Have you seen that? That's even more controversial than what we've just been speaking about.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I literally saw it once on my phone. I didn't really get a good look at it. I just saw lots of people who looked like they were cosplaying as Street Fighter characters and fighting each other. So
now, apparently, one of the people who's been cast as a character has been cancelled for making problematic jokes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
just like we're about to be. So
yes. No,
there was no Game Awards.
Not such a good idea to have that double Super Bowl size audience after all. Then maybe.
No, there were no Game Awards. Nothing was announced. It was just a normal day.
Everything was fine.
Everything was fine. Did you see the trailer for the new? Did you see the trailer for the new animated version of George Orwell's Animal Farm?
No.
Yeah, that one's coming out as well. So yeah, that'll be a good one. Incoming indies.
No, I don't have one. Was hoping to see more from Sega at the Game Awards. I got to say, they had some Warhammer thing, and that was it.
I don't remember seeing anything from Sega.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing. And I'm still all those games that they teased. What was it? 3 years ago at the Game Awards.
Yep.
Definitely at least 2. We've had Shinobi. Great. Where's that Jet Set Radio? Where's that Golden Axe? I would have put money on seeing one of them turn up at the Game Awards, but they didn't. Streets of Rage, yeah, still no shows. And also last year, all those games that they took off Steam, no word yet about what compilation they're putting out to replace them or streaming or subscription service. Because that must be it. They wouldn't have taken them all down all in one go if they weren't planning to. Do something else with them.
The only reason they would take it down is because they thought they can make more money with it doing something else.
Yes, exactly.
But they haven't done anything else.
No, they haven't done anything else. So I'm guessing they want a nice big gap between those two things to hope we all forget about that, but we won't.
No, we won't.
We'll be waiting. Even if it comes 5-10 years from now, we'll be waiting, Sega. We will be waiting. Yeah, so that was the only thing I had to say about it, really. There's a new Mega Man, but it just looks like all the other Mega Mans I've seen.
I'm bad at Mega Man, so I find it hard to get excited about it.
No, I can't. Yeah, and even when I'm doing good at it, It's fine. It's all right. It's a platformer. It doesn't really get me excited, to be honest.
This seems to be the episode for controversial opinions, but
Certainly does.
I think if you played one Mega Man, you played them all, haven't you?
I feel like that's probably true. Yeah,
Let's
they
just
are
put it
all
out there. I'm sorry.
very, very similar. They don't really take a, do a wild new gimmick.
No.
They don't.
No.
They don't take a leaf out of Sonic's book.
I mean, yeah. I know this. I'm talking about the main Mega Man series. I know they've got all the 3D
There's
spin-offs
and stuff. There's others ones.
There's all different ones. But like the core Mega Man one, like Mega Man 1, 2, 3, all that, they all feel to someone who's not invested in the series, such as myself. If you picked a random level from any of the games and put it in front of me, I could not tell you what game it was from.
No.
No,
you could narrow it down based on the graphical quality, but I mean, I think there's a load of NES ones, and I think they all pretty much look about the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
yeah,
that's Mega Man fans alienated.
Yeah, that's
modern Tomb Raider fans alienated. Most of Twitter.
Yeah. Street Fighter stuff.
The little bit I didn't see the full trailer. I just saw clips of it, but it looked all right to me, to be honest. But
yeah, I mean it looks yeah.
I never expect too much from video game films. I think everyone's got like
No.
really high expectations of it. Like it's going to be, some Stanley Kubrick masterpiece, and it's I'm just happy if it's just a. Like the Mario film, I liked it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's only in recent years that they've actually been, people have actually liked pretty much any video game movie, really, isn't it? I mean, I think there's very few before that.
No, I think it's the ones that put the effort in are the ones that work, really.
Yeah, it's about finding the fine line, putting enough of the game into it, but still making it a good movie for anyone to enjoy. It's tricky. It's not easy. Not everything adapts perfectly to a movie.
No,
but the
definitely.
ones that can do it work. They can put it off. Right. Yes. No incoming indie for me. So we could have a little break here and talk about Future Cop in a minute, if you like.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, that seems like a sort of anticlimactic.
I was going to say, are we talking about Future Cop during the break, or? We'll have a bit of break. We'll talk about Future Cop, and then we'll come back and
do the podemup awards.
Talk about something else. Leave them hanging. Leave them wanting more.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't know.
No. All right. There's not really any good way of ending this segment. So we'll see you in a minute. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
We have a situation X emergency. 14 officers down, need assistance, over.
The Video Game Book Club.
Hello, welcome back. So this game that we're talking about now is called Future Cop L.A.P.D. It was developed by EA Redwood Shores, published by Electronic Arts, and it was released for the PlayStation 1 in September 1998 in America and shortly afterwards in Europe. A version for PC and Mac followed in November the same year. If you want an original copy of the PS1 version, expect to spend anything from about £60 to £100, unfortunately. It's a bit pricey.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mental. I had no idea
cheap.
that's crazy.
Quite a small print run, this game. EA didn't have a lot of confidence in it, as we'll talk about in a minute. So not a lot of them out there, and they've gone up in price. I think more and more people are discovering the game, and it's just the usual thing, skyrocketing. Because I'll say in a minute, but I dug out an old Retro Gamer that had an article about this game, which is why is what I remembered. I remembered when you were talking about last time. I remembered that I'd read this article, so I dug it out. It's from 2021, and they had an idea of the price to get it for there, and I think it was about 40 quid then. So it's gone up since then, 30 or 40 quid, I'm sure they said. So yeah, a little bit pricier now. The PC version can be downloaded as abandonware, but apparently it's very tricky to get it to run on modern computers, so you're probably better off emulating if you don't want to spend any big money. So this is a third-person shooter in which players take control of a large police mech called the X1 Alpha as it takes the crime-ridden streets of Los Angeles in the year 2098 in order to fight a series of crazed gang leaders and their henchmen. So, as you mentioned last time, this would have been the sixth entry in the Strike series, Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, that one. But it wasn't to be. EA said, "No, we're not doing Strike anymore. Come up with something else." So they turned it. It was going to be called Future Strike, and it was going to be a very similar sort of mech, walking around in the future, obviously, and you could transform it into a car, drive around, and do desert strikey things or strikey things. But yeah, EA said, "No, cops are good. Let's do a cop game." So they turned it into a cop game. And there is something about the feel of it, like there's something about the little men running around, just reminded me of Desert Strike in particular. Yeah.
It never tweaked. It never sort of connected until because I played it before knowing any of the history.
Oh, really?
Of it. Yeah, yeah. And then when I found out about it, it did sort of. I started to see the sort of Desert Strike, sort of DNA in there, if you know what I mean. And you can definitely tell there's that heritage to it.
Did you play it at the time, or have you played it more recent? Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I did,
It was developed by a team within EA called the EA Tools Group, which were the ones who managed to reverse engineer the Mega Drive cartridges originally. So they got a lot of technological know-how. So they formed a little, almost as they described it as in the article, the Retro Gamer article, as a sort of little indie studio within EA almost that people kind of ignored and let them get on with their thing. But they didn't have much faith in it. They didn't put much marketing around it. So they didn't print many copies, and they gave it a very limited budget and so forth. So it never really made it big in the PlayStation world by the sound of it, and as such has got more of a cult status in more recent years.
I'm still shocked by that price. That's insane.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's retro games for you now, isn't it? Really, if it's scarce and if it's if it's known to be a good game, then it's probably going to start rising in price, isn't it?
I mean, I don't want to spoil my opinion on it. I think it's a great game. I don't think it's £70 great.
No, I don't think so. I think you struggle to find many PS1 games that are, I think, really.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I
mean, nothing against PS1 games, but do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to spend that sort of money on a game, then I don't know. It's all relative, but I wouldn't. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. I got about halfway through. I think I got to level 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was a frustrating level, but we get to that later. So it's a top, not quite top down. It's kind of almost isometric-ish. The camera, it's quite zoomed out quite far, looking down on you on this mech, and you're walking around. And I think it sort of uses tank controls, but because the default camera is always behind you, it feels good. The controls felt good to me. I liked them. They worked. The mech's quite responsive, I thought, for a mech. For something big and lumbering, you could move it around quite easily. You can jump with it. There's even sort of platforming sections. I don't think it's the platforming elements are particularly great.
No,
in the controls. I found that if I wanted to jump over a gap, I had to sort of, normally you start running and then you jump before you hit the end of the ledge. I found that just didn't work a lot of the time. I had to sort of jump first and then move. Did you find that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very the two modes of the two modes you can play as, like the little car thing, the hover car that goes about, or the mech mode. The mech mode feels really sort of weighty and satisfying, but it's obviously it feels like the platforming bits were a bit of an afterthought. Like they just put something in there, like, oh, what can we have them do, to force them to use the mech mode, rather than being built around platforming and stuff. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's fairly integrated into the levels. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like they've just chucked in random platforming sections. They're all sort of there, and they kind of, they're kind of blended in a bit. But I know what you mean. It's like they haven't
It's
quite.
more to do with the handling. It feels a bit like the engine was made, and then afterwards it's like, oh, well,
can we make it jump?
Well, yeah, make it jump, and then it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it was naturally. It was built with platforming in mind. The mech mode. To me.
Yes. So we should say that you can. Yeah. While default is a mech, you can also press the two of the side buttons on the controller, and you will transform it into a car, or sort of a hover car, that moves a lot quicker. It does have some. It can go over water as well, which is quite good. But it's a little harder to control during those sort of precision moments, and it can't jump. So you do find that you have to change. Not super often, fairly often. It was only in the second level that I realised you could transform into the car at all, to be honest. It does tell you everything at the start, but it's like an info dump.
If I remember, it tells you that like right at the beginning.
Yeah, it does. But it also tells you absolutely loads of other stuff as well, all in one go. It's a tutorial movie that tells you literally everything that you need to know, all the controls, and I just didn't remember everything about it. So it's not the best way of explaining things to people. But I mean, in those days, you were lucky to get any sort of tutorial. Really, everything was usually just written in the manual, and you had to look it up. So can't fault them for that, I suppose. There's a lock on. That you can lock on enemies quite easily. You've got 3 different weapons. You've got the sort of the gun, the heavy weapon, and the special weapon. At the start of each mission, you can choose different options for them, and as you progress further through the game, you will get new weapons that appear in that selection, which is quite cool, such as a flamethrower and all sorts of cool guns and stuff. And I like the missiles that you can fire, the heavy weapons that sort of go straight up and then come down on the enemies. Although they don't tend not to lock on as if the enemy moves, so you have to make sure that that enemy isn't moving around too quick, or you might miss them. But yeah, I thought it was just like really fun, all guns blazing kind of game, really.
Yeah, just old school action game.
Yeah, and I like the whole general feel of it. Was quite like that as well, because I like you have a lady who talks to you throughout the game, like she's in a control tower or whatever, and I liked her. She was really well voiced, and she's the only one that explains your objectives. They don't come up in the text form or anything else, so you kind of need to listen to her to know what you've got to do. But she was like really quite chirpy, and I liked her general attitude of not taking it too seriously, like basically just go in there and shoot everything. It wasn't like taking it very professionally as such, but I liked it. It's good. I like it. It's quite a sort of manic comic book kind of world. It's not taking itself too seriously. The villains are really out there and wacky.
It's almost kind of like that sort of dystopian RoboCop type future, isn't it? It's kind of where it's like really high tech, but everything's gone wrong and everything's grim, but it's also got like you say, like a bit tongue in cheek throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, it's got a good sense of humor to it.
Yeah,
because in each mission there's a villain that, like the first one, for example, has taken over an observatory and installed a missile launcher in it and is shooting down commercial planes just for fun, I think. which is
It's
just
like
nuts.
yeah, it's like a it's like one of like a Batman, like I did sort of thing you'd imagine on Batman Forever or Batman Return, one of these old
Yeah,
Batman films, isn't it? It's just
just
a
like a really crazy comic book
really
villain, basically.
crazy villain.
Yeah, and there's a different one in each mission, and they're all doing different things. There's like a cult leader in one of them, level 3, I think it is, that's kidnapped someone's daughter, and they're going to sacrifice her unless you can get over. And they're all in this the level is like a sort of crypt, and you've got to go through these tunnels. And there's big like massive worm things, aren't there? Like
Yeah.
mutant, huge, massive animals and stuff. So it's I think there's cyborgs and stuff later on. So it's not just blokes. It's they push the limits, but it's good. It's all good fun. And the villains talk to you as well. I think they sort of hack your intercom so they can talk to you, and they're well voiced as well. It just adds a lot of personality and flavor to the whole thing. It would be easy just to put out as just a simple sort of mute shoot 'em up, which is just crazy. But these little touches add a lot to it, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. It gives it a lot of character and a lot, again, it makes sense knowing that it was going to be a part of the Strike series, because I can imagine if you replaced it with like a helicopter, and if you imagined like a modern Desert Strike around that time, it works. It's exactly how I imagined that series would have progressed. I do think there would have been sort of radio chatter and a lot more, a lot more extravagance and a lot more a bit of craziness in terms of the missions and things like that. It really makes sense that it started life as as a Desert Strike sequel. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned last time, I've only played Desert Strike. That was one of the first Mega Drive games I've got, so I haven't played the others. It's an interesting thing that I remember about my copy of Desert Strike. The back of it the back of the box was all, for the longest time, was just, it wasn't there. It was like just a white, half of it was white and half of it was black. And I couldn't figure out was this a printing error or something? And it was only a few years ago that I looked at it and thought, hang on a minute. And I pulled out the sleeve, and it had just been folded in half this entire time. And I'm like, oh. But first of all, why? Why was it folded in half? I mean, that seems like a really weird thing for anyone to do, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do it myself. I guess it was like in the shop like that, I suppose. I don't know. Just seems really, really strange. Anyway, that's a side note. But I've never played the other ones, so I don't know if they sort of gradually head towards this theme wise. Like, do they get, because I remember Desert Strike being quite a serious game.
I think Desert Strike was serious. I do think they got a bit more, a bit less grounded in reality as they went on.
Okay.
I think Desert Strike was meant to be a very, not a simulation, but I think it was meant to be a very po-faced,
Yes.
game about the Gulf War.
But have you played the PS1 ones in the series? Was it Soviet Strike and Nuclear Strike? Was that the two?
I have, but not in depth. I think I played. Okay. I think I played Nuclear Strike, because I remember it having a green cover, and I think that was Nuclear Strike. But yeah, I didn't put too much time into it. I think it was one of those ones I had, and I might have traded it in for something else.
I was just curious if they felt like this sort of polygonal, in 3D wise. I don't know. I'm assuming it's based on the same engine.
I think it must be. Yeah, like an evolution of that engine, definitely.
Yeah. I thought the soundtrack was quite good.
Yeah.
A little bit repetitive sometimes, but because these are long levels. The first time around anyway. I think if once you know them, you can sort of go through and find your way around. Because I haven't mentioned it, but the level design is quite good, because it's not just pure shooting and a bit of jumping around. You've got to usually got to find switches and things to open up the next doorways or destroy things, stuff like that. So there's always little things to do in each section of the level. And but yeah, the soundtrack is good. If the level goes on a bit, it can be a bit repetitive. But yeah, that level 4 I mentioned, that was where I I got stuck and I couldn't figure it out. That's the sort of the Venice-like one where it's all water. Do you know the one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to a certain point in that, but it's rather than most of the other levels are fairly evenly segmented. So you're in an area, then you clearly go on to the next area. But this one, you sort of have to go around. The whole map is a big square. You sort of have to go around it, and you're very close to other areas that you previously visited, and the geometry all looks kind of the same. So it was really easy to get lost. And the map, there is a map, but it's not that helpful to know exactly what you've got to do. Like it points you to where the gate is that you need to go through to get to the next area, but doesn't tell you where the switch is to deactivate it. And I had really trouble finding this switch to turn off all these electrified fences. So that's where I left it.
Yeah, I don't blame
until
you.
then, I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's worth talking about, and I didn't try this, but there's multiplayer modes that are really interesting historically. Do you know about this?
I know about the multiplayer modes, but I've never played them. I've never.
No. So the main the sort of campaign mode is called Crime War mode, and you can play it in co-op actually with a friend. Although you do share a health bar, which sounds like it might be quite annoying, but quite impressive to because it's a visually quite impressive game. So to make a split screen co-op version of it as well was very impressive. But there is another mode called Precinct Assault mode. And this is more like a sort of strategy game, a bit like Herzog Zwei. You control the mech, and you can capture these turrets around the area, and you can buy these sort of hover tanks, and the hover tanks automatically go towards the other person's base. So you've got to defend your base against these things that are coming towards it. And as soon as one of those hover tanks gets to a base, that player has won. So it's kind of this sort of strategy thing, and apparently it's considered one of the earliest forms of the MOBA genre, MOBA.
Oh, really?
Which I have heard of. I don't really know what it is, that genre. I guess it's a game like that, I suppose. I think they're usually online, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, it's like something battle arena, isn't it? Multiplayer online battle arena.
Online battle arena, that must be. I think we figured it out. So yeah, and apparently, retrospectively, it's considered to be one of the earliest forms of it. Although I think whatever the generally accepted first ones of those are, probably came up with the idea separately. And as again, I say it's similar to Herzog Zwei anyway. So it's difficult to say where those things come from, but I think people, it's noteworthy for that. I watched a video about this game. I forget who it's from now, but they were talking about that. Yeah, so I thought that was worth mentioning. Even though I meant to try it, have a little go on it this evening, but time escaped me, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, so there's a whole other thing, and apparently that's quite that's got its following in and of itself. It's supposed to be quite good.
Oh, that's good. I remember having a go on it back in the year when I played it originally. And I just because I was a stupid kid and I didn't understand what was going on. So
yeah.
the single player campaign has always been like the main attraction for me, and that's what I played this time. I didn't even touch the multiplayer, to be honest. But I think I'm going to go back and give it a go now.
Yeah, you can play it as against the CPU as well.
Yeah.
So as a single player, you can play it again. So
yeah, I seem to remember he sort of taunts you. The CPU opponent sort of gives you little voice lines and taunts you as you're playing.
That's right. He's called Captain something, but I didn't note down what his name was. But yeah, similar. If I'd played this at the time, I would have had to go on that multiplayer mode. I think because it's so different from the main one, because you think it would just be like a simple shooter, first one to destroy the other guy wins basically. But because it's a bit different, especially a bit more strategic, which I've never really massively been into. Yeah, I would have had the same opinion, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's more or less everything I want to say about the game. I think it's really good. It's really fun, really well made. Runs very smoothly, and so it's technically impressive, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I would say don't buy it. If everyone continues to not buy it, then the price will go down, and then you can buy it.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing my bit in terms of not buying retro games in general, so I'm hoping everyone else will as well. And then gradually, these prices might come down. You never know.
I actually bought my first retro game in month. I can't. Probably it might even be my first retro game I bought this year. To be honest,
Right.
in a
What did you
charity
get?
shop today.
Oh, nice.
Super Paper Mario for the Wii.
Oh, yeah, I've got that, I think.
Yeah, it's £4. I thought that's
Yeah,
the that's the price I like. That's the retro games I remember.
I think that was about a tenner when I got it, so some of them are going down. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been ages since I bought a retro game as well because I just don't get around to them anyway. So most of the ones that I would want are so expensive, and I've got so little shelf space left that I don't really. I used to go to charity shops and stuff and just pick up really cheap ones, but I tend not to now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole other matter, really. The state of that. I would just one last thing. There's no checkpoints in this game.
No,
I don't
there's
think
not.
so. And these levels are quite long, so your health bar's fairly generous. But if you die, that is quite a frustrating thing to have to go back through.
Yeah, and there are like shield recharges around the level, but yeah, if you do run out of life, then yeah, you are back to the start.
Mm-hmm. Which is annoying. I don't know if it's because of the way some of the levels are designed. If they had checkpoints, might have been difficult to make sure that the things you've done in that level, are honoured when you come back to it, so that the things are left as you left them rather than in their default state. Because if they're in their default state, I've had this problem when I've been designing a game recently, actually, and I had to go through every object in the level and save certain properties of it to make sure that those properties came back when you come back, and it's quite a complicated thing. So maybe that's a technical reason why, perhaps. But I suppose they could have segmented them off into different areas, and then once you pass the checkpoint, you couldn't go back. But I don't know. So yeah, I was using save states anyway, so I corrected that problem myself. I think I'll have a checkpoint here. Oh yes, there we go.
Yes.
That's done. So yes, coming up next, we are going to decide the best game of the year in the podemup Book Club games that we played this year. Come back in a minute. Awards.
The Podemup Awards.
Welcome back. We are handing out some awards. I don't know about you, Tibbs, but I've got my best tuxedo on for the occasion. I hope you've dressed up as well. Oh yes, definitely. Good. So we've played 10 games this year, and the nominees are Cassette Beasts for modern systems, Earthworm Jim for the Sega Mega Drive, LOL Lack of Love for the Sega Dreamcast, Thank Goodness You're Here for modern systems, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker Mega Drive version, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker arcade version, Tails Adventure for the Sega Game Gear, Universal Warrior for the Amiga, Life is Strange for Xbox 360, PS3 and Steam, and Future Cop L.A.P.D. for the PlayStation 1. While writing out that list, I noticed that we are quite Sega heavy this year.
Yes, it is, yeah.
I think it's a natural bias for us. Perhaps we should do more Nintendo next year.
Yeah, we should. And I was thinking, well, I did think after I suggested that Future Cop LAPD, we do a lot of PlayStation. And I think
we do, but not as much as we used to. I think
I think next year I'm going to try and mix it up a bit more.
Yeah, but it's just because PlayStation is such a big library, and for me it's a very untapped library. So it just makes sense. But I mean, we've been doing about one a year in the last 2 or 3 years, so I think that's a good
Yeah, I
average to
suppose.
hit. That's fine.
That's
I wouldn't mind another PlayStation game next year. That's fine. But yes, so this is our awards. If you've never heard an awards show from us before, basically we've got a series of awards: graphics, music, etc. And each of us choose 2 favourites for that category. One of them gets 1 point, and our favourite one gets 2 points. And we've got our big favourite award at the end, and we've also got a listener award, and we add them all up. And whichever game gets the most points gets the coveted prize of the 8th annual Podemup Award Game of the Year winner.
An award that we will actually produce if anyone wants to claim it, but no one ever has.
If any game company wants to get in touch and say, yes, I would like your Podemup Award, Tibbs will go down to Timpson's or wherever he's going to go to get this award made, and he will get it sorted for you. Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right, so shall we get started?
Yeah, no time like the present. Let's go.
Indeed. Let me get up my Podemup Awardatron, which has all of my picks already inserted into it. So our first award, let me move my windows around, is the graphics award. So what was your 1 point for the graphics award?
1 point. Is that the runner-up?
Yes, sorry, the runner-up.
Sorry,
for
the runner-up
award,
first. Okay, right. I've got them in the opposite order. So my runner-up
we've done
was...
this before, haven't we? So,
yeah, we have. Yeah. No, I've got it now. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you're here.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lovely art style.
Lovely art style. Nice little characters. Yeah, just a lovely art. Good graphics.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My 1 point was Tales Adventure. I thought that was very graphically impressive for the Game Gear. Lots of nice environmental graphics and stuff. Yep. And your 2 points?
Cassette Beasts.
Cassette Beasts. Yep. Graphics award. Yep. Very nice.
Graphics, because I like
nice visual style.
Nice visual style, but particularly the what's the word I'm looking for?
Pixel art?
No, my mind's gone blank. What's the word? The way
I hate when this happens.
I know the way
it happens to me all the time lately.
It does the thing with the things. It's not.
Do you mean like the 2D sprites in a 3D environment?
No, what's the thing where it like joins them, but it does it sort of programmatically? It's
programmatic. Yeah, it's
what is it?
Yeah, it's just I've lost it now. It's not. Is it programmatically generated? That's not the right, is it?
No, there's a word.
Everyone knows what we mean.
Oh, why is it called? What is it? It's. Oh my god.
Anyway, we'll come back to it.
Insert it afterwards.
Yeah, if we don't think of it later, I will insert it right now. No, it's procedurally generated.
Procedurally generated.
Got it. Yes.
There we go. Procedurally generated characters.
Yes.
I like that, and I love the design of the Archangels in there, and how they the sort of the clashing of them with the rest of the art style. So all that together, that they got my 2 points.
Yes, some lovely ideas, just sort of technologically able to do those things, and it was just very striking. Yeah. My 2 points went to Earthworm Jim.
Oh yeah, good choice.
Because I thought that just looked great as a Mega Drive game. Just lovely visuals, very sort of interesting design, lots of variety. I just thought that looked great as a Mega Drive game. One of the best looking Mega Drive games, I think, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. I almost changed that mid go to Cassette Beast because you were making a lot of good points, but I decided to stick to my guns there.
Okay.
I'm not normally persuaded to change it, while we say these things. But I thought, no, I'm gonna stick with what I put. I'm gonna stick with what I put
Yeah,
because I kind
fair.
of didn't think about those bits. But yeah. So the music award. This is for the best music. So what did your runner-up get?
I went back and forth on this one a lot, and I'm still not sure I've made the right decision. But I've given my runner-up to Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, the arcade version.
Okay, that's interesting because I've gone for the Mega Drive version for my
You've gone for
runner-up.
cool. Yeah, I
When
just
I was go on.
no, you carry on.
It's just that when I was editing that show and I was choosing the music to go in and I was comparing each version of the different songs, I generally favoured the Mega Drive version, which is surprising because the arcade one usually has a bit more punch to it and a bit more variety and things. But for some reason, I favoured. I think I'm a little bit more familiar with the Mega Drive soundtrack, so I just went for that because I just kind of slightly prefer it. But the arcade one's still great.
Yeah, it just came down to preference. I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I've played the arcade one more, so that feels like my
Sure.
reference
Sure.
version of the game. But the Mega Drive one and the arcade one are both brilliant. If it was possible to give them half a point each, I would. But I'm gonna stick mine with the arcade
Well, we've
version.
given one each, so that's the best we can do there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great chiptune versions of Michael Jackson songs. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And your so I just told you mine. So your 2 points go to
Cassette Beasts.
yeah, same here. 2 points from me for Cassette Beasts. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the music. I love the way they handle the music in the game. The gimmick of the instrumentals going in, sort of fading into and fading out of the vocal versions, and the songs on their own. I've listened to them regularly outside of the game. Yeah, just top notch.
Yeah. I can't add much to that. It's just the impressive sort of vocal and non-vocal versions, and the vocals kicking in when you merge your characters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And when you go into a house and stuff like that, it's a great touch, and they're great songs. So the level design award, and this doesn't necessarily, I've said this before in previous years, but it doesn't necessarily mean be restricted to platforming from us, for example. It could be the structure of the game and the challenges that you face in that game. So it could be open to any of them. So your 1 point for level design?
Life is Strange.
Yeah, great choice.
Yeah, just the time travel mechanic. I know it doesn't sort of have levels in the traditional sense, but the way you interact with the environment, the rewinding of time and everything like that. Yeah, just great stuff.
Yeah, it's the puzzles that it uses the time travel mechanic for, and the fact that you can have a conversation with someone and it seems to go to a dead end, but they've revealed something new that they know. And then you can rewind time and ask them. A new option in the dialogue comes up, and you can ask them about that thing that you found out from previously going through the conversation, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And there's other sort of puzzles that you can use time with. It's just really clever, I thought.
Yeah.
My 1 point went to Tales of Venture, just because for whatever reason, I really got into that game, and that most of that comes down to the sort of the Metroidvania levels of it, and I just loved kind of going through them and exploring them and finding new little nooks and crannies and finding the power-ups and things. So I thought, because I enjoyed it, it's worth a point just because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Really. I don't think it's, as a Metroidvania goes, it's not that different, not that groundbreaking compared to others, but I just just what I enjoyed, really. So your 2 points goes to
Earthworm Jim.
Ah, yes, great choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the layouts. I like the variety, like the rocket levels, the platforming levels. I love it's not strictly a level design thing, I suppose, but the whole cow gag I think is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, Earthworm Jim.
Loads of variety in that game.
Yeah.
So that's well worth your 2 points. And my 2 points went to Life is Strange.
Oh, cool.
For all the reasons that we've just discussed. Yeah. So I thought the time travel mechanic worked really well for the gameplay stuff. So the character award, this is an award for one particular character within one of the games that we played, and therefore that game takes the point. So your 1 point for which character?
I've drawn a blank on her name again. The Life is Strange, the main one, not Chloe, the other one.
Oh, Max.
Max.
Yeah.
Yes, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max from
Yeah.
Life is Strange. Just because she's a great character to play as. I love the interactions between her and Chloe and the whole cast of Arcadia Bay. I think she's a really good character to sort of not necessarily relate to, but she's a believable character. You know,
I was
she
gonna say,
she acts in
yeah.
believable ways and reacts in believable ways, and you care about what happens to her, and you care about, you know, when she makes a decision wrong, or you make her make a decision wrong, you know, you care about the consequences, and
Yeah.
it's just a really, really well written character.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very, very good character. My 1 point went to Earthworm Jim.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Okay, a good character as well, but for completely different reasons. Just like really well animated, you know, the voice and everything. I thought he was just a great platforming character to play as. Very versatile, you know, with all what different ways he uses his self to swing across and whip him with himself and things like that. And he's just always been an all-time great video game character. So I've given him a point. So your 2 points.
My 2 points go to Kaylee from Cassette Beasts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just because she's the first character. Well, I think all the characters in Cassette Beasts I really like. It's what kept me playing through that whole game was, you know, not just the world, but I think the characters were really good characters, really strong characters. The same sort of thing with, as I said, with Max. You care what happens to them, and you care about their plight and their backgrounds and things like that. So I could have picked any of them, to be honest with you, but I went with Kaylee because she's the first character that you meet in the game, and you're with her for the longest amount of time in the game.
She's certainly the one I bonded with most.
Yeah,
I would say. She's the one. If I had a choice, whenever I had a choice to of which character I wanted to partner up with, I'd pick her just because she seemed the most interesting, and just seemed like a nice character that I would want to find out more about her, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, good choice. I kind of knew I was going to pick Thank Goodness You're Here, because I just found it such a funny game with such funny characters, and I was so tempted to pick the man who passes sausages through the fence, but I thought there possibly wasn't enough depth for that.
Maybe not. No.
No, so I've gone with the salesman character who you play as, and I just think he's just a hilarious little guy. You know, he doesn't speak. He's a mute character, like we were saying earlier, but I think it just makes a lot of sense in this case, particularly because I think it would ruin it if he talked, because he's just got such a funny little face, his little expressions, the way he comes out of pipes and just lands face first on the ground. The way his scale is never consistent. Sometimes he's small enough to fit inside a little glass of beer, and other times he's just a little guy who could, like, you know, just fairly normal size. So I just went for him because he just made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's interesting character wise. We've gone for two completely different approaches, but that's good because it means all those games get points. So that's lovely. The Charm Award. What game did you give 1 point to for the Charm Award?
Tales Adventure.
Oh yes, lovely.
Yes. Just because it's charming. I love the sprite work. I love his little character, the way he's animated.
Some of the best Tales sprites. I think
absolutely.
probably the best Tales sprites.
Yeah, definitely.
Really
Just a charming little representation of Tales. Great stuff.
I've actually gone for Michael Jackson's Moonwalker on the Mega Drive for sort of being unintentionally charming.
Yeah,
because it was just a bit. I've always found it really funny, just the way he animates and the way when you press up, he does that crotch grab thing, which is one single frame. The way he walks, And the whole idea of the whole thing is just sort of quaint and
Yes.
charming without really particularly meaning to be, I think. But always just found it really funny, so I've gone for that for
Yeah,
1
that's a
point.
good choice. Yeah.
2 points for you.
Probably the same as yours. I went for Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yes, I did
Yeah.
go for that. Yes, it was a short game, but it was a very, very charming and funny game.
Yeah.
For all the reasons we listed in the show, just relentlessly funny. I thought I had such a great time with that.
Yeah.
So, Innovation Award for any sort of mechanic that you particularly enjoyed that you thought was very clever compared to other games, I suppose. So, your 1 point for that is
Universal Warrior.
okay. Good. Yeah.
Just for what we discussed in the show, really, I think it was doing things that not many other games, if any, were doing at the time. The customization, the different approach to the gameplay, where you had the various stores. You decide whether to take insurance out on your robot or not. You could bet on certain outcomes of whether how good you think you were going to perform in the next level. Lots of really cool little ideas in there. And yeah, not. I don't think many games were doing it at the time. So yeah, good innovation.
Interesting little game, wasn't it? Definitely some ideas I haven't really seen very much before. So yeah, good shout. Yeah. My 1 point is Life is Strange. I thought the time travel mechanic was very innovative.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen that elsewhere or used in those particular ways that we discussed earlier. Just lots of clever ways of using it, and I just thought that was really, really clever.
Yeah.
So 2 points for you.
Lack of Love.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, very interesting game.
For better or worse, a very interesting game. It didn't, like I say, I don't think it really resonated with us as much as we thought it might.
No.
But in terms of innovation, I think, it was, again, it's doing something that no other games were doing at the time. This weird little game where nothing's really explained. The concept is really out there. Yeah, and it's just it's a very Dreamcast game. And even by Dreamcast standards, it was, weird enough. We're talking about a system that had Seaman. So even by Dreamcast standards, it was pretty out there and very innovative. So I think my 2 points for Lack of Love.
Yeah, there's not many games, particularly not now, but even then, that just sort of refuse to explain themselves to you and then just make you figure them out yourself in the way that Lack of Love did. So you got to give it props for that, really.
Yeah.
My Innovation Award, 2 points goes to Cassette Beasts for
cool.
a lot of the reasons that you explained in the Graphics Award, really. The whole procedurally generated idea I thought was very, very clever. Very convincing as well. And the use of alternate media looking things for the archangels.
True.
Completely different character ideas. So I thought that was a really innovative idea. Just very innovative take on the Pokemon style game in general.
Yeah, good shout.
Yes. So we move to the Listener Award. Now, Listener Award, I usually go on Twitter and Blue Sky and I put them out and say, vote for your favourite one out of these games. Assuming that few people have played absolutely all of them. Whoever happens to see it just puts a vote in for their favourite game. Usually I would get one or two at least people coming out of the woodwork to say something.
I'm sensing a butt coming here.
Honestly, Twitter and Blue Sky lately, getting anything out of anybody is like getting blood from a stone. It really is. Like I feel like people don't really converse on the internet, at least with me anyway. I find it very difficult to get to get people to respond. So instead of that, screw them all. I've gone to our confirmed listeners. I've reached out to them to get their votes.
Okay.
And that includes Rick, that includes Rom, and that includes a friend of mine called Thomas who also listens to the show. So I've got these three listeners to give their votes. What are you laughing at?
Well, I'm starting to think our brag about having more listeners than the Super Bowl is starting to, the
It's
wheels are
crumbling
starting to
away
come
as we
off that
speak. Yeah,
now.
yeah. I think, yeah, a little
We're
bit.
amongst
Yeah,
friends, though. That's what matters.
we're
It's
amongst friends.
quality, not quantity.
I thought I'd be honest, and and also as a call to anyone else who isn't one of those three people that regularly listens to our show, get in touch, become a confirmed listener, and next year I will be reaching out to you and asking your opinion on which of the next year's games is the best. So
It's a very elite club.
it's a very elite club, and you get a chance at a free Steam key as well, by the way. So nothing to be sniffed at. Anyway, they gave me a different game each, so each of these games get 2 extra points from the Listener Award, those games being Life is Strange, Earthworm Jim, and Future Cop L.A.P.D.
See? People of taste.
People of taste
culture.
and class have chipped in and helped us out. The rest of you should be ashamed of yourselves. This takes us to the Favourite Award, which is our top 3 favourite games of the year, earning 1, 2, and 3 points each. So your number 1 point, your third place winner is.
The third place winner is Tales Adventure.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought you didn't really get on with Tales Adventure.
I didn't.
So, gonna add any more to that?
No. I didn't get on with it, but I can appreciate what it is. And like I say, I did go back and play it again after we did the show.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I haven't changed my, I haven't sort of done a 180 and said, oh, actually, that is brilliant. That is a really good game. But it is better than I've softened to it.
Okay, that's good.
And when I looked at the the full list of all the games we played, I think it's worth more people giving a shot. I gave it another shot and I enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
it's worth a point. It's not up there with the best, but it is worth a point.
Yeah. Well, I will match you in that 1 point for Tales of Adventure because that's what I've chosen for my 1 point as well.
Oh, good.
And I for some reason, I really got into Tales of Adventure. As I said at the time, I just started playing it on the Switch portably, and that was the game that happened to be there for playing at the time, so that might have had something to do with it. Obviously, I'm a big Sonic fan as well, so that probably helped. But I just as a fun little Metroidvania, I thought it was a great little game. Sort of underrated certainly within the gaming community at large, but even within the Sonic community as well. I don't think a lot of Sonic fans played it, but they should, because I think it's a great sort of alternate take on a Sonic platformer. And in need of a reboot. I did see, I think in the most recent Sage, I didn't get round to downloading it, I don't think, but someone has done an updated version of Tales Adventure, which
cool.
looks really nice, like widescreen and everything, and sort of recreated all the physics and all that, and it looked quite good. Corrected some things, made some things a bit easier, things like that.
Nice.
So yeah, go and have a look at that if you're interested. So 2 points from you is.
The 2 points go to Earthworm Jim.
Nice. Yeah. Earthworm Jim's done well this year.
Yeah, it surprised me actually.
done.
I didn't think I would give as many points to it as I did, but Earthworm Jim. It's just a great game.
It's just an all-time great Mega Drive game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always up there in the top lists, and it's and rightly so. It's a great sort of wacky game that has got a style all of its own that you don't see a lot of these days. So it's a great game.
Yeah.
My 2 points went to Thank Goodness You're Here, because I just found it an absolute hoot. From start to finish. I thought it was just one of the funniest games I've ever played. Great characters, great voice acting, and just like a lovely little sitcom of a game. I think it was great.
What we could do, I don't know why I didn't think of this before actually. Podemup branded sausages. Right? Just poke them through fences.
Oh yeah! Oh yes. Podemup branded sausages through the fence. Someone picks up saying, "Oh, there's a sausage on the floor. I think I might pick that up." Podemup logo on there.
Advertising with form and
.com.
function.
Brilliant. I should say, because it annoyed me afterwards, when when we recorded that episode, I did a little impression of the man who pokes sausages through the fence. And I couldn't, to be honest, I couldn't remember exactly what he sounded like, so I just gave him a generic northern accent. Turns out he's the only one who doesn't have a northern accent in the whole game, I think. He's got quite a posh accent. He's like, "Oh, hello, would you like a sausage?" "Oh, no, it fell on the floor. Let me go to another one." He's actually quite posh.
Yeah.
And I just gave him a northern accent. And I even put it right in the front of the episode so that anyone who starts the episode can hear it. And it's just bothering me a bit that it's factually incorrect. It doesn't have a northern accent at all. It's just a stereotypical decision that I made.
You'll have to go back and George Lucas it. Just dub it out.
I will. Yes, I'll do that. Right, number 3. Your 3 points go to.
Probably this will come as no surprise, but
I know exactly what you're going to say.
had to be Cassette Beasts.
Of course, it was always going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just love the game.
Yeah. Cool.
Can't add more than that. I just love it.
No, yeah, you've said plenty about it already. It's it's a great game. My 3 points went to Life is Strange.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a great game. It hooked me from start to finish. You know, I played all the episodes within about 3 or 4 weeks, which is, quite regular for me to get through that because there's quite a few hours there. And I couldn't put it down. I had to know where that story was going. Just some great characters, just a phenomenal piece of gaming storytelling, and absolutely loved it. Great game. Right, so that's everything then.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press this little submit button, and it's going to tally them all up, and it's going to tell us the order of these games and which one came out top. So here we go. Right. In joint 9th place, every single game had at least one vote, which is great. That doesn't always happen, and it's lovely to see, because they all deserve at least one vote. In joint 9th place was Universal Warrior and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker arcade version.
Hang on, did they all get 1 point?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did get 1 point. Yeah.
According to this, they did. Yeah,
you're right.
Right, in joint, there's 3 games that have got 2 votes. So in joint 6th place, we've got LOL Lack of Love, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker on the Mega Drive, and Future Cop L.A.P.D. 5th place, Tails Adventure with 5 votes. In joint 3rd place, with 9 votes each, we have Earthworm Jim and Thank Goodness You're Here.
Ooh.
So it comes down to Life is Strange or Cassette Beasts. Wow, I'm surprised. Number 2, Life is Strange.
Oh,
10 votes. Number 1, Cassette Beasts with 13 votes.
that's close.
That is close. I sort of looking through as we were going through, I thought I saw more Life is Strange, but apparently not.
I thought that as well. I got to be honest. Yeah, but no, I'm happy with that. I think that's a good top 3.
I think that's a good top 3. Yeah. That was a very exciting end there. I did not expect that.
I feel a bit sorry for Future Cop.
I do, because it's a better game than we didn't give it any. That was one of our listeners who gave it.
I know.
Some points.
That's what stopped me in my tracks when I said, well, hang on a minute. I don't remember you voting, but yeah, it was a listener vote. But it was just tough competition this year, I think.
I think it's a great game, but it doesn't fall neatly in a lot of these categories.
No.
Because it's one of those games that, I don't want to say it's more than some of its parts, because its parts are good as well. But do you know what I mean? Like, you probably wouldn't get the graphics award, probably wouldn't get the music award. All those aspects were good. You know, there was even good characters in there, but there were just better examples elsewhere.
That's the thing. I think that it was just too strong a competition this year with the other ones. But it is, despite the lack of votes from either of us, it is still a really good game. That's, the fact it didn't get more votes shouldn't count against it.
I mean, technically it came joint 6th, so that's not too far down the list, is it? That's fine.
No.
I'm just double checking. I'm sure it's all right, but I'm just double checking. Yeah, Cassette Beast appears quite a lot, and it gets 2 points quite a lot as well. So that's probably why. I think Life is Strange appears slightly more, but it also gets more 1 points. So I think that's possibly what failed it in the end. I can break it down, actually. I gave Life is Strange 6 points. You gave it 2, and the listeners gave it 2.
Yeah.
You must have given it 1 point twice, I think.
Yeah, I did. For level design and character.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then Cassette Piece, I gave it 4 points. You gave it 9 points.
Yeah, I do like it, though.
Oh, it's a great game. It's a great game. I didn't get into it as much as you did. I think it's fair to say, but for so many of these, it ticks a lot of these boxes. Graphics, music, whatever. So it was a well-performing game in the podemup awards in general. So, and well done, well deserved. Your 8th annual winner of the podemup awards 2025 is Cassette Beasts.
Do you feel it? The lack of wind, but abundance of air. We're all in the same ship, floating somewhere without any aim, but at least we're together. As we tether and link our arms as we think that there's no getting out here. I don't know you, but we'll make the most of wherever we are now. Slow floating under the stars now. It's okay to be uncertain, 'cause I'm certain it's fine to be floating here for a while with you, wherever we are now.
Okay, well, I think that all went rather well,
Yeah.
more or less.
For the music for this episode,
Yes.
I can't remember if we discussed this during the Earthworm Jim episode. Did we talk about the theme tune for the cartoon?
Yeah. I put it in, I believe, in the episode.
What, the Italian one?
The Italian one? No. Was there Go on.
That's amazing.
Is
It's
it?
amazing.
For the cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's quite common for like cartoons. For different regions, they'll just translate the song. So it's the same song, just the lyrics are in whatever language for whichever locale it's in.
Yeah.
The Italian version went off in a completely different direction. They decided
Really?
to do like a Euro dance, really it's mental. And the chorus is like Jim, 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 do 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 Jim, Jim, Jim. It's really good. It's
Okay.
mental. But yeah,
I had no idea about that.
It's not talked about nearly enough,
No, never.
and it
heard
goes
of
on
that.
for ages. It goes on
That's
for
it.
like 4
Okay.
minutes.
Oh. Okay.
Brilliant.
This is already a long episode. That's going to pad it out even more. But yeah, okay. I'll go and have a look for it. I'll pop it in.
Okay.
Pop it in right about now.
Jim, 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 super trasformato, prendi e vai, grande, grosso più che mai. Jim, 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 sei il nostro alleato, un eroe molto acclamato, anche se imbranato, e sempre in mezzo ai guai. Jim, 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 hai tanti nemici, ma sai già chi alla fine vincerà. Jim, 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 scherzi con gli amici, se pensi diventi romantico. L'amore ti ha dato un cuore.
Sono innamorato, ma non so come faccio a dirglielo.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That certainly sounded interesting to me.
Yes.
Right. So next month is my pick. Let me just get my notes up again. No, that's some coding that I was working on for work. This is my thing. Yeah. So the next time, our first game in January next year will be a game called Split slash second,
Oh,
or
yes.
aka Split slash second Velocity.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, for the longest, literally up until yesterday, I thought there were two games in this series. Where the first one was Split Second, the second one was called Split Second Velocity. It was only yesterday that I realised they are, in fact, the same game. In Europe, well, outside of America, it was called Split Second Velocity. In America, it's called Split Second. And the Steam version that came out later, it's originally for Xbox 360 and PS3 in 2010. A few years later, a Steam version came out, and everywhere that's called Split Second. So that's the version I'll be playing, I think. But yeah, just to clear up that confusion, because I always thought they were two different games.
Have you played it before?
No, I have the 360 version. I think for ease, I'm just going to play the PC version.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't played it before. But it's
cool.
So it's a racing game. And you can trigger sort of effects around you, like sort of movie style explosions and things, and debris falling onto the track, and hopefully to hit your racer. So I thought it was an interesting mechanic that would be fun to talk about.
Yeah, it's good. I've played it before. It's a good game. I'm looking for a good excuse to play it again.
Yes, great. Okay, well, that's what we're playing in episode 75 of the podemup podcast. In the meantime, you can talk to us about that or about any of the games that we've talked about any time, or any game that you want to mention to us that we might play in the future. You can get in touch with us, podemup@gmail.com. I suppose we've still got email issues, the other one, have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stick with the Gmail one for now. Podemup@gmail.com. You can talk to us on Twitter and Blue Sky @podemup, and podemup.com or podemup.live is our website where you can see all our past episodes. That's it. Get in touch if you're a regular listener and you want to become a confirmed listener for all the benefits that I mentioned earlier. So that wraps up another year, I guess.
Yeah. And what a year.
And what a year it's been. I can't believe we've been doing this for however many years we've been doing it. 7 years at least.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts, isn't it?
It is.
Like, when you came with me to the idea of saying, should we do a podcast? And I said, do you know what? I was going to ask you the same thing. And then we're still doing it. We've done 74 episodes. It's nuts. That is actually nuts.
Yeah. I do it just for the love of the game. That's the thing.
The love of the game. Yes. Yes. Well, that's about it then, I think. Yes, it's getting late. So, yes, everyone, have a lovely festive period. And Tibbs, have a lovely festive period yourself.
And yourself, good sir.
Have you got much time off over the Christmas holidays?
Absolutely not.
No?
No. No, I think I've got Christmas Day off, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's not so good, but
all right.
Yeah, that's enough time to stuff yourself with Christmas food, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think just enough time. I got a few days off. I'm going to upgrade my PC because I've got a new CPU and a motherboard for it.
Ooh.
So it's been about 6.5 years since upgrading those components, and I think it's about time for a refresh.
You've picked the perfect time, with RAM being at the most insane price it's ever been in history.
Yes, well, I've gone for, because my current one is DDR4, I've gone for a DDR4 motherboard again, just so I can not have to buy any new RAM and just use the existing RAM, which I thought was probably the best idea. Yes, all that stuff. I was thinking about hacking my Switch 1 as well, although maybe I'll wait until finishing Metroid Prime just in case it all goes south. But
yeah, just in case it nukes your game save.
Yeah, but I thought because you can get Moonlight on there, which is the streaming thing that I use to stream my PC games down to another little PC on my TV down here. So I thought, if I can get that on the Switch, that'd be like, superpowering my Switch. I could play like PC games on it, like a Steam Deck kind of thing. Yeah. So I thought I might have a go at that at some point. I'll let you know how I get on.
Yeah, cool.
So that's my plans for the Christmas period. Yeah, so yes, everyone have a lovely one, and we will see you next year in the year 2026 for more podemup action. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Il verme è un animale invertebrato privo di zampe che vive nella terra.
No,
No,
il verme può vivere anche nello spazio.
nello spazio!
Una tuta spaziale caduta dal cielo, per Jim è un regalo fantastico. Da banale lombrico in un battibaleno, lui si è tramutato in galattico. Adesso va spesso in giro per l'universo, poi torna qui, appare, scompare. Questo è Jim. Jim, 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 super trasformato, prendi e vai, grande, grosso più che mai. Jim, 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 sei il nostro alleato, un eroe molto acclamato, anche se imbranato e sempre in mezzo ai guai. Jim, 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 hai tanti nemici, ma sai già chi alla fine vincerà. Jim, 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 scherzi con gli amici, se pensi diventi romantico. L'amore ti ha dato un cuore.
Sono innamorato, ma non so come faccio a dirglielo.
Adesso vai spesso in giro per l'universo, poi torni qui, appari, scompari, Astro Jim. Jim, 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 super trasformato, prendi e vai, grande, grosso più che mai. Jim, 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 sei il nostro alleato, un eroe molto acclamato, anche se imbranato e sempre in mezzo ai guai. Jim, 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 hai tanti nemici, ma sai già chi alla fine vincerà. Jim, 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 scherzi con gli amici e ti vanti di essere una star. Jim, 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 super trasformato, prendi e vai, grande, grosso più che mai. Jim,